It will be recorded. Thank you for the late start. We had a technological issue, but hopefully all professors should be joining us briefly. And let us know if you can hear us properly.
Yes. Everything
Perfect.
sounds great. Yes.
Okay, so we will start today by presenting our new president of MIU, or our new rector, Dr. Daniel Burgos. Let me just give you a brief presentation of who Daniel Burgos is. He's currently the president at MIU. He has also worked as a full professor for technology and for education and communication and vice rector for the international research at the University Internacional de La Rioja, UNIR. He also holds an UNESCO chair on learning. He's also the director of the Research Institute for Innovation and Technology, also at UNIR. And he has published more than 250 scientific papers, so he's a well-known researcher. And he also he also works as a consultant in the United Nations, UNESCO, the ISESCO, and the European Commission for Parliament and the Russian Academy of Science. He also holds 12 PhD degrees, including computer science and education. So it's an honor to have Dr. Burgos as our president and also the leader of MIU, who will lead us, I know, in the research area. Dr. Burgos?
Thank you so much, Marisol.
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much, Marisol. It's an honor to be here, of course, and to serve as the second president of MIU. I think that the strong team that we have at the university, starting with the staff, of course, and with you, professors at the university, will give us a breakthrough in the coming months with the accreditation by the DEAC, which will be a milestone in the history of this university. I think that right now, internationally speaking, we face a number of challenges on research and also in the integration of research with society. Between artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, education, and the combination of all that with a number of subjects, starting from medicine, going to construction, through sports, for instance. The application of all that, the actual implementation, will be a new way of approaching how to work, the competence frameworks that are required by the labor market, and how the universities can train the students to achieve those competencies for a swift and effective way to work into the society. I think that we have full responsibility to make that happen. And today I will speak a little about one of these pillars, which is the integration of artificial intelligence and open education, which are two of the main things that we can work from MIU into the international panorama. Since you all are professors, I will give it a twist into research. We can make a number of twists. And I will be really happy to get any question, suggestion, or complementary comments from you at any time, or even better, at the end of the short presentation that will last around 20 minutes. So we can have a Q&A interactive session, if that's okay with you. And Marisol, that's okay with you? Okay. So thank you again for the opportunity and for the welcoming. And I will go into the detail of today's presentation, and we can catch up later on a number of discussion topic points as you wish. Okay. So the point to me right now is I know that I have the camera here, but I have the presentation on the left side, so you will see my right side of the face. Okay. So if you want to know a little more about me, this is my personal website called transgeniclearning.com. You can go there and can find a number of publications and some of the track records It's not really updated because I'm not really good with social networks. I'm a little lazy with that. So it's until December only. So there are many things that are not there yet. For instance, the appointment as a rector. I promise to catch up by Easter or around Easter. You can find there some of what I do, internationally speaking, for instance, relation with universities in Malaysia or Beijing in China, Northwest University in South Africa, and Najaf National University in Palestine, where I'm also full professor, also with UNESCO and a number of things. You can go there and find a little more about my profile, okay? Some of the things that you can find are a number of publications with mainly with Springer, which is one of the major scientific headings in worldwide, based in Germany. But I'm publishing through Shanghai, which is quite quicker, in a number of topics, mainly focused on educational technology and innovation, which is my key research topic, okay, in Africa, in Middle East, in China, in a number of contexts and regions. And you can also find a number of books, open access books. You can go there and make a consultation for free, download the book also. The one on the left, the one on Open Science that was published 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember right now, is now it's a best-selling, not selling because it's open access and it's for free, but it's a best-selling book with over 80,000 downloads. And you can go there just to see the actual scaffolding approach about open science and how to deal with that in education, higher education, and research. And the two on the right side were led by Beijing Normal University, and they were launched during the pandemic to support mainly the academic managers and the professors to deal with the challenges of pandemics and how to keep not just the educational side of the university, but the spirit of the university and the students and professors really high, so we could actually follow the work that we were doing before. So the point on the matter right now is open science and artificial intelligence. When I talk about open science, you have to be a clear picture that open science is actually related to the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations, the 17 ones. This is the usual picture that we can paint with too many colors. You know, it's very colorful. It seems like for children. You can find 17. It could be 19, 21. They decide that 17 is okay. We are mainly focused on number 4. They are quality education. But if you work on quality education, you know for sure that education is not just about education, because education is also related to decent work and economic growth, is related to health, is related to zero hunger, a number of them, okay? So in fact, what we have right now is a clear relation between quality education as a backbone to the other things that the United Nations actually holds. Maybe some of them are not that relevant, for instance, life below water, at least for us, but I'm sure that it will be relevant somewhere else, okay? But in principle, education is very much related to many of them, okay? And out of that, what we have is that education, in fact, is a spider web that has a number of branches with creativity, with software, with planning, with, you can see a picture there that you can find all this octopus relation between education and software education and the rest of the society. This is where we usually play about, okay? When we think about open education, we need to relate open education with technology, just to put it in a way that is actually useful for us. We think of open education, we think of open science, and in principle, everybody, almost everybody, who is not actually into the topic, think of resources and content, which is quite okay, but it's not enough. You can see there the 10 pillars. In fact, there should be a number more, I think, but in principle, I think it's quite okay. Like a lot of things that are related to open education actually consist of more than just content, which is the first one, but it's also about access, it's about technology, it's about accreditation, about interoperability. Openness means a lot of things, and it's related to a number of things. It's not just one of these things. We can see also another picture related to that. The one on the left is out of our research. The one on the right is out of the European Commission's research. You can find strategy and leadership. We can put a number of things. The most important message here is that content is not the only thing. When we have just one course uploaded into a learning management system, like Moodle, Sakai, Design to Learn, Dotlearn, whatever, okay, Blackboard, any of them, you name it, the content is not the key. The key is whatever comes with the content. And this is something that we have to have into mind. When we move to from open education to open science, the pillars are a little, I think, scrambled, but they are more than just resources. We can talk about open data, for instance, which is one of the actual challenges about open science, how I can have a data set that can be shared with the community for free or under registration, but for free, because people are very, very secretive with their data. This could be one of the things that we can do. And also about scientific social networks or citizen science, which is one of the contributions bottom up from the science, from the society to the research area, okay? And you can see here, right down here, bottom, the open educational resources, which is one of the pillars. That's it, just one of them. We have many others. So the point to me is that when we think about open education, it's not just about content. It's not just about materials and resources. It's about a number of things, okay? And we have to think that through, just to give a proper answer to the conflicts that are right now about content distribution and how to use it into the educational panorama. I can give a couple of case studies. This one is called TV UNIR from La Rioja. TV UNIR is one video repository with OER. OER means stands for Open Educational Resources, okay? Videocast with actual video pills on education. So you can get their master classes, you can get their keynotes, actual lectures, a number of things. And what we do there is to have a video repository that actually builds on the basis of an iceberg, okay? With the title on top and the body actually below water. When we can have open and free access, also register on free access, you know there's the difference. Open and free access is YouTube, you click, you see, that's it. And the register and free access, you need to leave your data. So actually someone comes after that just to get in contact with you or not, but still it's free, you don't pay anything. And also the educational community access, meaning the registered students. When you put it like that, you can have a sustainability model based on open education, which actually distributed between open and free, register and free, and educational community access, meaning 20-20-60 approx. So out of the full portfolio of the TV UNIR, 40% of what we have there is for free. This is very important to know, okay? In this case, the university, and in global, the Pro-Educa Educational Holding Group, okay, provides 40% of their content for free, which is very nice. Just to name that, out of one of our managers here, Rafa Garcia, we built these things together like 15 years ago, okay? And 5 years ago, we had over 1 million pieces. 1 million video films. So 400,000 video lectures are for free. This is very nice to use, okay? This is part of the powerful that the university can provide to the society. Another one is this called OpenED. OpenED is the learning management system based in Sakai and Moodle, because in fact there are two management systems altogether that actually report on every outcome of international research that we do in every country in Pro-Educa, and MIU is part of Pro-Educa. And when you provide funding, you get funding from an international body like Ciencias Ni Ciencias in Colombia, or the European Commission, or the United Nations. The outcome of that is actually stored here. So the repository of the courses has also given away for free under registration to the community. And you can find a number of courses focused on competence achievement for the labor market, and basic skills to integrate open science, a number of things, and the logos. You can find the logos on the bottom of the projects that actually provided the funding for that, okay? This is another way of using open science inside the university as part of the research outcomes into something practical that is actually implemented into the daily life. You can find a third case study, which is the open educational policy, how to integrate open education into the university. This policy there that you can go and click and find it, UNIR Open Policy, is the first open policy in education ever for an online university, and the first policy into Spanish also. We have it in both in English and Spanish that it was published 6 years ago. It's a way to integrate open education and open science into the university for good, meaning that it's not me as a professor who is generous and selfish and not selfish and gives something away for free and uploads a PDF with some content for my subject, for my course. This is okay, but it's not enough. It's an structured way that the whole university gives the strategy to create, produce, share, distribute, and reuse resources as part of the educational way and methodology to approach learning itineraries into the university. So it's a structural matter. So we have now two messages. The first one is that open education is not just about content. This is not enough. It means a number of things: access, technology, accreditation, data, a number of things. And the second message is that just one person uploading things is not enough. If you all professors are generous enough just to give for free your resources for a specific course, a specific subject, that's really nice, okay? But we need a strategy behind that supports all this effort as part of the methodology coming from the university. It's a quality. We have these, the first two things that we were discussing. First one is open education and science. The second one is artificial intelligence. How can integrate artificial intelligence and open education? Very simple, because artificial intelligence is very much based on data, large, massive data, a huge spreadsheet full of data. And open education gives that. If we can have 1 million users giving data for free about interaction, about preferences, about behavior, that is really a massive data set that we can use to find patterns and to give personal recommendations to the learning itineraries and the teaching methodologies to professors, okay? So, I don't know if you know that. Let me give you just a glimpse of artificial intelligence in 3 minutes. The first one is artificial intelligence is very much based on 3 topics. The first one is called descriptive, which is what is happening right now, okay? It's just analysis of what is happening. The second one is the predictive one, what will happen based on what we are doing right now. And the third one is the prescriptive, what can I do about that? This is pretty simple. It's like the weather. I see the weather report, what is happening right now. They give me the prediction for the predictive part for tomorrow, it will rain, and I will take the umbrella. That's it. Now we have to move that from the weather forecast to the education part, okay? Sometimes we do nothing, like the placebo thing, okay? Just take the pill with sugar and that's it, okay? But my mind can play mind tricks and can be also useful for us. This is basic artificial intelligence. It can be based on any of the layers or many of them combined, okay? So if we see this artificial intelligence applied to education, it's like a cake. Of course, chocolate cake, what else? The bottom layer is applied to peer network, meaning our fellows, our colleagues, and also to the student. It will be based on schedule, real-time user tracking, activity, performance, behavior, interaction of any kind. The second layer, with cherries there, is chocolate and cherries, is for tutors and professors. So the academic lecturing, okay, layer. The third one is the administrative staff, which is a key part of the university. And the last one should be the semi-automatic processes to support all the other ones. And with that, all together, we can build the cake. If we cannot apply to every single layer, it doesn't work. So artificial intelligence is not just about that I can give a ChatGPT access to a student, so the student can get copy-paste. This is bullshit. It doesn't work. What works is that artificial intelligence, again, is applied to every single layer, to the implementation layer of every single layer of the university. Exactly the same that happened with the open education policy. It's not just based on freelancers. That doesn't work. It has to deal with every single role and pattern inside the university. So in this case, in this sense, the open education approach and the artificial intelligence approach is a match, because both of them has to be integral to the structure of the university, okay? So I will skip this because it's a little more about the same thing. Sorry, I don't want really to talk too much. Examples. This is a predictive model of how the student will work. We have 3 lines, 3 colors, and every color means one thing about the actual development or performance of the student, the average performance, and the historic performance. And the dot line means the prediction for that guy, how will behave in the future. This is prediction. It's just pure statistical analysis. Nothing is not magic, very simple to apply, everybody can do this. This second is called tutor, and it's based, and it's in Spanish, sorry for that, I hope that you understand. It's based on patterns from historical records. Means that I'm in a group, I'm a student in a group, and I'm, I don't know, in the master in the MBA, okay, here. And what happened with the former students of the MBA here at MIU? What happened the last promotion, the last before that, the one before that, and I can have a historical record. And based on that historical record and the current position, I can estimate, I can predict what will happen with me at the end of the course. So at the end, I will have patterns in colors, like a pie. You have the pie chart there with the blue, the red, and they say blue is okay, well, it's really good, red is really bad, and everything in between. If I click in this picture here, I can find a little more detail into the structure of every single student. Byron Ortiz, Juan Irizar, Álvaro Mauricio Torres, all of them have a probability of where they will land when the course is over. The darker, the higher probability. The darker the blue color there is in the cell, the higher probability. So if we go to Byron, Byron means that I think that the darker blue there is between 5 and 6. The prediction for that guy is, guy, if you do whatever you're doing right now, you will get a C. That's it. Okay? If you want to improve, you need to do a little more. In private, we call it the Kerin map. Okay, every mother can say exactly the same with a prediction. If you do like that, you will not end the course. You are partying too much. You are not studying too much. It's exactly the same, okay? And we can go a little further even with the prediction for every single activity for the guy, okay? This is prediction. This is analytics applied to the data of the students. So, summing up, don't forget the backbone. The backbone is not artificial intelligence. The backbone is not open education. The backbone is learning and teaching, the instructional design. This is the backbone. The other things are tools that we can put there. But if we do it, we have to do it wisely. We have to integrate into the whole system, not just on a specific freelancers. That doesn't work, okay? The second thing, don't forget the psychoemotional support. Very important. This is about people. If people don't work, doesn't work. That's it. Pretty simple. So we work with people that most of them are teaching and learning from home. And this means an emotional toll, very difficult to follow. Some people never come to the university. Some people never see another colleague. Some students, some teachers also. So we need to take care of all of them from that psychological point of view. The first thing is, don't forget that the open science and artificial intelligence is really, both of them are a key for effective learning. But it's not just for effective learning. There are many ways to support. We can use all the data for prediction of the dropout. And this dropout is not about learning, it's about performance, it's about efficiency. We can use prediction just to check how many people that are interested in a specific course will choose the right course for them and actually will get enrolled. And this is prediction too, as it's not about learning. So learning is one part of the university, but it's not the only one. We can apply to every single role, every single pattern that we can find in the university. So the instructional design, the human touch, thank you so much. Any questions from your end will be welcome. Thank you all.
Wow, Dr. Burgos, quite an interesting topic. I think everybody here has seen and understand the importance of these meetings for resources and how what we call the MIU or the product experience is more than a learning experience. The layers that you have mentioned that adds up to the learning experience here from our students. So we have professors connected. Just if you have any question, you can just turn on your microphone and we can hear you.
Good morning, Dr. Salcedo. Good morning, Dr. Burgos. Hernan Morales, first of all, welcome. Welcome to MIU and very impressive background. Two questions. If someone is interested, myself, in researching opportunities, is there a path beyond MIU with UNIR or any other universities? And second, you have written 250 papers. Any of your papers have dealt with education, with learning opportunities, learning disabilities?
Thank you, Professor Morales. Very interesting questions from your end. The first thing about research possibilities, we are working internally at NYU with Professor Marisol Salcedo and the other people of the crew, and I guess that we'll have some news in the coming future. But until that happens, of course, you can contact any colleague in the world from any university, and you can get a one-on-one relation with them to write papers. This is something that we do very often. Okay, personally speaking, and also with my team, we knock the door, completely cold door, we knock and say, hey, I'm Daniel, how are you doing, Professor whoever from China, from Jordan, from Morocco, from Colombia, from wherever, and say, you are doing that, I'm doing this, we share our portfolio and we come up with a very interesting opportunity together. So my suggestion to you is that if you want to research outside NYU and with other universities inside Florida, inside the US and also abroad, I guess that you will have a portfolio, I guess that you will have a CV, put all that together and try to find your target public and click on them and just knock the door. That could be really very interesting, is the usual way to proceed. And I really encourage you to do that. If we can be of any assistance, just let us know and we will do that and we'll support you as part of our faculty here at NYU. And the second thing about accessibility and disabilities, we call it in Europe functional diversity. Functional diversity, because it's a broader concept, okay? Functional diversity is me. I use glasses with a prescription. If I don't use the glasses, I cannot see the mobile phone. I cannot use WhatsApp. Well, you know, when I use the glasses, I cannot use the WhatsApp properly because I'm a little clumsy. So when I try to type, I'm not my kid, a 26-year-old kid, and I'm very clumsy. I'm stumbling all the way through. So in fact, for me, it's a challenge. This is functional diversity. Okay, I don't need to be handicapped. I don't need to be disabled. I'm just growing up. That's it. Okay. So functional diversity includes all of us. Okay. The point is, can be temporary. For instance, if you are happily pregnant, or it will be temporary, I guess. And or if you are already old and you will need a higher prescription all the time. Okay. But you can be also handicapped, and that's also possible. Okay. And then it can be physical, emotional, motor. It can be a number of functional diversity. In my career, I have worked with that very much. In fact, I started as a social worker 35 years ago, working with, I don't know how to call that, because for that time the name was difficult. It was difficult to define. Okay, it was a different society, but groups in risk of social exclusion. We call it like that. Okay, to be polite. Okay, people living on the streets. And junkies and a number of people that had a hard life to live in, and I was working with that since I was in my 15. I was a teenager. Okay. Out of that, I got a lot of experience working with functional diversity, and I wrote about that. I don't know, maybe I could have 30 or 40 papers on that. If you're interested, please drop me a line, and we can share some links, and I can send it to you, of course.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your answers. And I was trying to remember the term, and you mentioned it, functional diversity. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, Professor. Anyone else, please, don't be shy. You can also share your experience. Don't need to be just a question. It could be just a testimonial.
Well, the professor, I think, Dr. Burgos, how professors at NYU can incorporate these concepts into their classrooms, how they can start the first step while incorporating open resources, everything into their settings, into their own classrooms.
Very nice question, Professor Salcedo. I think that right now we have an incredible opportunity to learn from anywhere, which is really nice. Okay, I remember when I started studying, you need to go to every single library to collect and get the books. You got it home, and after a couple of weeks, you gave them back. That meant that the learning was really a matter of patience and perseverance. Right now, through the mobile and any Wi-Fi, you can get any access to any library in the world, and in 1 week you can do the work that previously you did 6 months. Why I say that? Because if you want to integrate educational artificial intelligence into your teaching tricks, okay, and the online methodology, the first thing is, of course, to get some training about that, some inspiration about that. And that inspiration need to be, it's a must, a combination of formal things, accredited courses, or professional courses like our professional courses here at MIU, which is a very nice complement to any other accredited bachelor or master that any professor could have, okay? Because it keeps you alive and updated. But at the same time, whatever happens in the network is also very useful part of that informal education. Because the minute that you have something already structured in a non-formal or professional course, which is very nice, it takes some time, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. But whatever happens right now is published tomorrow. You can combine both. For something that is really needed right now, you go to internet and you try to search about open education and artificial intelligence and try to integrate it into your daily practice. And at the same time, please, for me, that complement with those professional courses that any university like ours can give is also important because it gives you a structured approach to that informal learning. So that combination is really the key, at least to me, for these two topics and any other topic that the professors can integrate into their daily practice.
And that leads me to another question. What is the future of education in the traditional way? Because we can see that data is out there, customized data is out there, even if students can choose their pathway to learn according to their needs, to their stage of learning and everything. Currently, the university have a curriculum set up of steps that you have to follow in order to write. The professors still the main data provider in what we call a traditional university. What is the future of education? What can we do so universities do not get extinct while these other data sources are evolving and in fact training other people?
Very nice question. I think that the future of education is us, MIU. Yeah, definitely. Because we give the accredited programs with a twist of modern society. If you want to run an MBA, or business intelligence program, we can provide that up-to-date content completely melded with the current society and what the needs are right now for the labor market. So the future right now is that combination. You need to learn the basics. You learn mathematics or computer science or education. How you cannot learn all these people from the last 2,000 years that were teaching and learning from Confucius in China to Vygotsky last century. You need to learn that. But you need to update all of that to what is happening right now and the things that are happening. That combination is what actually makes a university unique. It's not that you stay in the past. You learn from the past. There were many wise men. And we need to learn from them. And we need to update and implement all this into what is happening right now. In this sense, the university that will learn how to do that and combine past with present, and even with some prediction of what is going on in the future. So people that come to our university learn what will they use in the future, not what is happening right now, because maybe the future is already outdated. This is not the point, okay? The university that will be able to do that will raise. And I think that at MIU we are very sensible in the application of all these criteria and sensitive to how the society is evolving, okay? So I think it's a very nice place to get both.
Thank you very much. I don't know in the audience, do you have any other question related to this?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Please.
When it comes to the open access or register access that you described, Is this something that is searchable or is available for students, or is something that we promote as a service to the community?
It's for everyone. The point to be open is that open access for everyone. Could be my mom, could be your kid, could be your fellow workers, okay? Anyone can go there. I think that the main risk that we have is if we don't target the public properly, which is a different thing. So it's available for everyone, but anyone will come and it's you. You don't address them properly, they will not know even that the service exists. We need to target that people and say, this open education based on, I don't know, business ideas, business strategy just to succeed as an entrepreneur. Very nice. Who will be addressing to with that? If we don't find the right cluster to address the message, we will fail. It doesn't matter if it's open. If it's open and nobody comes, it doesn't work. So it's an issue, a matter of marketing of the openness. Open is not enough. You actually need to sell it like another product for free, but you need to do it. I think that this is the point. Open for everyone, but targeted to the right people that you want to actually get used to.
Thank you for that. A follow-up question. So it's important that we continue to grow MIU, and I do agree, this is the future of education. Can we tailor some of that content for this market, for the needs of this market, in order to make it relevant?
Of course, of course. I think even more that now we professors, you professors that are there online too, we have that responsibility because we can have the syllabus, the official syllabus of the course, but we have the responsibility to make the right case studies to apply that syllabus to the whatever context that we want. So the case studies is our responsibility. The syllabus doesn't provide the case studies, it provides the basics. It's me as a professor who actually can read the situation, can read the context, and provide that implementation to the society. We have that tool, we have that key, I think, for integrating what's happening right now with the basics that the program can provide.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more question from Professor Barrios, she's writing here on this upload.
Yeah, Oscar, am I missing anything? Should I? No, it's okay. Okay.
Is the university planning a pilot program to integrate some of the BI tools?
I think this is a question to you.
Currently, yes, the answer will be that yes, as part of the experience of the model that we have here at MIU, that Dr. Burgos showed, it's that you don't see professors, it's the tutor and the mentoring system that we have here as part of the educational experience itself. Another thing, another area that we can incorporate this as part is the content. And also we are going to be able to facilitate more updated content that balance open access and balance the availability that we have. But currently a pilot itself, no, because it's part already of our current educational model.
Thank you.
Another question, Dr. Burgos, I always have, and I always talk with professors here. It's one of the most common resources, open resources that we have in open AI, that is ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
What are, and I think yesterday I saw a policy by Ruben that was like a guideline to all universities of UNIR and how we are gonna manage specifically this specific resource that is just small tool in a broad variety of tool that we have, that is ChatGPT. What's the challenge that we face and how we can turn that fear, I would say fear, that we have as professors of the use of ChatGPT, the use of ChatGPT into just the copy-paste culture? Yes.
I need to share with you if I'm capable to share with you. I'm not sure if I will, but I will try. I need to share the screen right, okay?
Yes.
I think. But let's see if I'm. If this is working. Agent found, this is possible. Should be there. 1 second. One moment, we need 1 minute to catch up with the answer that I want to provide to that interesting question. It will take just 1 second. No, better, I have it in my mode. It will be quick like that. If I share with my colleague Ahmed Tilili from Tunisia, I shared it recently. No, it's okay, you need AI, it's okay. So let's go again. I think I type it correctly. No, I made a mistake because I typed AI instead of IA, okay? Because this here,
Yes.
yes, that's okay, and now we can share. Oops, okay. And so I think that we reached this one, okay, and just share a little. Okay, so I'm sharing with you one declaration. It's sort of a manifest, but it's not really a manifest, okay? It's just a declaration in Spanish that we launched 2 weeks ago from the Proeduca holding group. You know, UNIR, La Rioja, and MIU are sister universities, okay, inside the same umbrella. The umbrella is called Proeduca. And we got the task from our CEO to build a declaration on the use of artificial intelligence for the whole group, including MIU. Okay, so MIU will also apply this declaration. Okay? And the declaration is focused on the ethical use of AI into education, higher education. Okay, you can see there is the declaration for the ethical use of artificial intelligence in higher education. Okay, it was finished in December and released 2 weeks ago. Okay, you can find it all over the internet. And in this declaration, what you can find, well, this is missing for the picture. You cannot avoid that some people take picture. If you can go there, and I can share with you in the chat, I can share the link also. Did I copy paste?
No.
AI, and it is IA, okay? So if you go to the chat, you can click and go and browse by yourself. What you can find is a number of background theories about what artificial intelligence is, what is artificial intelligence, how to use, and the basics, and blah, blah, blah. And we can go to the actual most important part, which is the declaration. The declaration is based on a number of principles, okay, 10 principles. In fact, it shouldn't be a decalogue, but the practice made that we got just coming up with 10 principles. And every single principle is not technological. This is the answer to your question. How can we use ChatGPT, for instance? How can we use DALL-E, for instance, which providing images out of AI, out of the connection with ChatGPT, based from a script, a written script, a number of things. How can we use that? We can use it as another tool, because in fact, it's what it is. It's a tool. The first time that we used word processor like Word, for instance, from Microsoft, we typed, and it was completely a blank page. There was no automatic correction for grammars and syntax. And it was suddenly integrated after that. And some people said, oh, this is going to kill the creativity. It is going to kill the actual expertise of writing properly, because the machine will tell you if there is an extra S or U next to an H. And suddenly it's another tool that integrated, and it depends very much on how you use it. Okay? Exactly the same happens with automatic translations from Bing, for instance, bing.com/translation and translator. That you can use it copy paste and do it by, so if you think that this is you, this is your work, and you impersonate yourself in the translation, okay? Or you can use it just as an input to be refined after that and provide your actual contribution based on something. ChatGPT is the same. You can use it as another tool. It gives you the inspiration. It gives you revised text. It gives you a revised translation. It gives you a number of things. The matter that how you use it, it would be the actual relevance to what ChatGPT can be. It's just a tool, and the tool and how we use it is what actually makes the difference. So the declaration that you can see on screen is just a theoretical, intellectual, ethical way of how to navigate through all the artificial intelligence tools, not just ChatGPT, because it seems that artificial intelligence started 1 year ago, and it has a very long life of 70 years old, I think. So there are a number of artificial intelligence, not just generative one, okay, which is Fluxense, but in fact it's not the only one, and it's not the most powerful one yet, for sure, okay. And what you can find is a number of principles about how to use the data, how to use the patterns, how to use the references, how to use a number of things, no matter the technology that is behind. If you follow these principles and other principles that you can follow, depends very much on you, you will get the very basics of how to use ChatGPT or any other tool that will come tomorrow properly into your educational daily practice. And it's not about the tool. It's about how you use the tool. Very simple, simple as.
Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Burgos.
There is another question from Eliet Barrios. Thanks for the information. Thank you. And also another one from Professor Carmen Delia Velez. Good morning, all. Great question asked by Dr. Marisol Salcedo. Many could be overwhelmed, maybe fear to the unknown of AI integration in education or classroom. Very interesting topic. Thank you. Oh, it's not a question, just a testimonial. Thank you so much, Carmen, Professor. I really share that. Yes, I think the fear to change, the fear to new things is one of the main topics that we deal when we run the trainers courses, and the educators, school teachers, and university professors, and also vocational trainers. They all want to know. The first question is, I'm terrified. This is going too fast for me. I don't know how. I'm open, but how? So that fear to change or to new things is one of the key topics. So you remember the slide that I put there about the psycho-emotional support? This fits into that category, okay? That psycho-emotional support to change and integrate all these new things into our practice.
Does any professor have any other idea they want to share or question they want to share?
Can I say one thing?
Yes, of
Dr.
course.
Sophie? This is the first contact with you. Thank you so much for coming. It's very nice. It's very academic. But maybe we can have another meeting in a few days, a few weeks, depending very much of your criteria, Dr. Salcedo, to talk a little more about how you work at MIU and the daily practice and your concerns and your suggestions from the academic point of view. Okay, remember, I'm the president, so I'm not actually the executive guy, and the academic, but we can share with that. I would love to listen from your end what you have in mind about your fears to artificial intelligence or any other fear, and also of your daily work here at MIU from the academic point of view. Could be research, could be methodology, could be the conciliation between online, offline, and a number of things. If that's okay for you, Dr. Salcedo, maybe in a few days, weeks, we can have a specific, more hands-on work session on as colleagues, if that's okay.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, Dr. Burgos. Okay, thank you so much, professors. Also, tomorrow we will host an event for the students. You are welcome to join us as well. And this week we will be working with Dr. Burgos here to improve our model, to see his feedback about this. So if you pass by the university, you will be able to see us working here at the campus. So happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers.